Good morning, my name is Scott Slingerland. I'm with Coalition for Appropriate Transportation. We're invited here today by the Mincy Trail Council of the Boy Scouts. We're going to be talking about flat tire fixing on your bicycle today. Generally, when people have a flat tire, either it's a slow leak and it loses air overnight, or a bigger problem would be if you have a flat tire when you're out riding on the trail or the road. So when you hear this sound and your tire loses air, how are you going to get home? How are you going to keep going? First step, we're going to release the brake to get the wheel out here. So this bike has a brake release. Many children's bikes do not have brake release. You might have to remove a brake pad, or when the tire is flat, it's easy to get the tire out as well. My second step here is to open the quick release lever and spin it a few times, and then the wheel should drop out. I'm going to lie the bike down on its left side to protect the drivetrain. We want to protect it and make sure it doesn't get damaged. So the first step is with the tire lever, we have an end that looks like a spoon. We're going to put the lever under the bead of the tire, and I'm going to slide it around. Some tires are challenging to get off. That's why the levers come in sets of 2 or 3. You might have to use a couple levers at a time. But when I have one side of the tire off, I can get to the tube. And here's the tube inside. In this case, we have a new tube that we carry with us. We're going to open up, take out of the box here. The next thing we're going to do with our little pump here is put a few pumps of air in it to make it so it doesn't twist and fold when you put it in the tire. So I'm going to press the pump on and flip the lever. They're all a little bit different. This pump extends so it's a little faster. I'm going to give it a few pumps of air. It starts to take shape, and it'll hold its shape when we put it in the tire. We're going to take the valve from the tube and put it through the rim. That's our first step in putting the tire back together. Since this is a Boy Scout inspired lesson, we often tell the Scouts, if you don't have a tube, you could fill your tire with grass or leaves, and maybe you could get home. But when we put our tube in, since we have one, we're going to tuck it in all the way around the tire. Make sure that's in. Then we're going to go back to the valve and tuck the bead of the tire in. And we're going to work kind of both directions around to meet at the other side. Tucking it in, I'm going to make sure the tube stays up in the tire. It might be a little difficult to see. And I'm going to try to not to use the levers. I'm going to try to use my fingers, and that'll often help to avoid pinching the tube. And we're about ready to pump it up. The floor pump here is faster. We're going to use today. This at home, this is the best thing to use. Again, because it has a valve. I'm going to look around at my tire, make sure it stays seated on the rim. I can pretty much just lean on the pump. I'm at 30 PSI. The tire's starting to get firm. This tire takes about 40 PSI, or pounds per square inch. I'm going to take off the pump. Take my tire here. It is firm like a basketball. And walk around. Set the fork of the bike onto the wheel, holding it by the stem here. This is a tall bike. I'm going to reach, spin it till the quick release, turn it so you can see it. Close the lever. It should be firm. I'm going to reconnect my brake here and check my brake, pick up the wheel. If it stops like this, I'm going to reopen the lever and let the wheel sit in the frame. We're pretty much ready to go. At this point, we would clean up all of the things we took out, and we're ready to roll. Make sure we take any trash, make sure we take our old tube We could take this home and patch it. If you're at home, you put your floor pump away, and we're ready to ride. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow for more bike tips, and have a great day.